Stoics don't fear failure, they welcome it. Why? Because failure isn't the end, it's the beginning of wisdom. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, faced wars, betrayals, and personal losses. Yet he wrote in Meditations, "The obstacle is the way." Today, we'll uncover 10 Stoic lessons to turn failure into fuel. Let's dive in. How Stoics handle failure. 10 lessons from Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way." Failure isn't a dead end, it's feedback. Think of Thomas Edison, 10,000 failed attempts before inventing the light bulb. Each failure taught him what didn't work, bringing him closer to success. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this setback? Failure is only final if you stop trying. Failure is the teacher, not the enemy. Marcus Aurelius. Stoics practice amor fati, love your fate. Marcus Aurelius said, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny." Steve Jobs was fired from Apple, the company he founded. Instead of despairing, he called it the best thing that ever happened. Why? It freed him to create Pixar and Next, which eventually led him back to Apple. Failure isn't a punishment, it's a redirection. Love it and it will transform you. Love what happens to you. Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Stoics focus on effort, not outcomes. You can't control whether you win the race, but you can control how hard you train. Example: J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter was accepted. She couldn't control their decisions, but she could keep writing. Focus on what you can control and let go of the rest. Effort is the only thing within your control. Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Failure isn't just inevitable, it's necessary. It builds resilience. Think of Michael Jordan, cut from his high school basketball team. He used that failure as motivation to become the greatest. Every setback is a chance to grow stronger. Embrace it. Resilience is born from failure. Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius warned, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." Failure hurts more when we tie it to external validation. Stoics focus on internal worth. Example: Van Gogh sold only one painting in his lifetime, yet he kept painting because he loved the process, not the praise. Detach from others' opinions and failure loses its sting. Your worth isn't defined by others. Marcus Aurelius. Stoics practice premeditatio malorum, preparing for failure. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Begin each day by telling yourself, 'Today I shall meet meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, deceitful, envious, unsocial people.' By imagining the worst, you're never caught off guard." Example: Elon Musk prepared for SpaceX's early failures by acknowledging the high risk. When rockets exploded, he stayed calm and learned from the mistakes. Prepare for failure, and it won't break you. Expect failure, and it loses its power. Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Failure reveals your character. Do you blame others or take responsibility? Do you give up or keep going? Example: Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison, but emerged without bitterness. He used failure to refine his purpose. Let failure reveal your true self. Failure is a mirror. What do you see? Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You are a little soul carrying a corpse." In the grand scheme, failure is universal. Even the greatest faced it. Oprah was fired from her first job. Einstein struggled in school. Walt Disney went bankrupt. Failure doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. You're not alone. Failure is the common thread of greatness. Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius said, "Everything is ephemeral, both what remembers and what is remembered." Failure is temporary. The pain, the shame, the doubt, they all fade. Example: Abraham Lincoln lost multiple elections before becoming one of history's greatest presidents. Remember, this too shall pass. Failure is a moment, not a lifetime. Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing." Mastery comes through failure. Every great chef burns dishes. Every musician hits wrong notes. Every scientist fails experiments. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the journey. Embrace it and you'll master your craft. Mastery is born from failure. Marcus Aurelius. Stoics don't fear failure. They welcome it. Because failure isn't the end. It's the beginning of wisdom. For the next 7 days, pick one Stoic lesson and apply it to your life. Comment below. What's your biggest failure and how will you turn it into fuel? If you're ready to conquer failure, hit subscribe. Next week, we're diving into the Stoic Guide to Inner Peace. Until then, remember, the obstacle is the way. Drop a if you're ready to embrace failure. Subscribe for part 2.